Hello everyone, this is Derek Henry from healingthebody.ca and creator of the Thrive online health program. And today I'm with Alicia Botiris from Sunlight. And how are you doing today, Alicia?
I'm great, Derek. How are you?
Excellent. I kind of wish I was where you are right now,
I'm
because it
in a
looks
great
like you're in a
place.
sauna.
I am. I'm in one of our beautiful impulse saunas, and it's a great place to do podcasts.
Oh, exciting. This is good. Cool. And this is what we want to talk about today. Saunas are a great therapy to incorporate into your lifestyle for healthy living. There's lots of different things that saunas can do. And I know everyone appreciates saunas from the perspective of it's a nice place to go to just kind of be by yourself, detox, relax in the wintertime. It's nice to just sit in something nice and warm and kind of warm up. There's so many great things about saunas, but there's lots of things that people probably haven't considered, even thought about in terms of their power for healing the body. If you want to maybe try to, like I said, cleanse or detox, or have other things that you want to do with your health, saunas are a nice, easy, passive way, an
Mhm.
enjoyable way to do some of these things. So with that in mind, I want to kind of get right into. I want to ask you a few questions
Mhm.
about saunas in general and the saunas that you have at Sunlight, and so that we can educate everyone here a bit better on why they may want a sauna in their own home.
Perfect.
So cool. So first of all, most people understand that detoxing is important, especially in today's day and age where there's so many toxins lurking around us. So how does an infrared sauna help with this process?
Yeah, it's such a great question, Derek. And there's so much confusion about it because people are really hearing about the healing benefits of infrared, but they don't really understand what it is or how it works.
Hmm.
So it's really simple. If you were to compare an infrared sauna to a traditional sauna or a steam room, a traditional sauna is usually about 200 degrees, and it's all about convectional heat. So it's heating the air in that sauna, in that room.
Okay.
And as you go in and you start to sweat, it's a surface level sweat. Your body doesn't absorb that heat. You're just walking into a hot room. And it's very, very oppressive. So it puts you more into a stressful state.
Mm-hmm.
Infrared, on the other hand, the ideal temperature is around 130 degrees. So it's at least 70 degrees cooler than a traditional sauna.
Okay.
And our bodies actually absorb infrared energy. So if you think about taking a dry sponge and putting it in water, how it absorbs that water,
Mm-hmm.
that's very similar to how our bodies actually absorb the infrared energy. So instead of heating the air around you, it's actually heating you, it's heating your core and raising your core temperature a couple degrees. And when that happens, when you're warming up your body in such a deep level, as you start to sweat, you're sweating out toxins that were really deep in the adipose tissue of your body that normally wouldn't come out. So they could have been stored in there for years or even decades.
Cool. So these infrared saunas are much more efficient in that process, first of all, and much more comfortable, generally speaking, than being in a traditional sauna.
Yes, they're much more efficient because you're sweating out more toxins. So there's been a study by Dr. Klinghardt that showed a traditional sweat is about 97% water and 3% toxins, and a sweat from an infrared sauna is about 80% water and 20% toxins. So from that standpoint, you're cleaning your body out a lot faster in infrared. And then also, like you mentioned, it's so much more relaxing. When you go into a sunlight and infrared sauna, it's the word I always use is nurturing. The heat is so gentle and it's so comfortable that as you go in, you really can feel your shoulders relax and you lean back. And majority of the time, as you're in a parasympathetic state and you're creating that deep sweat, it's really good for your body.
So I really want to be in a sauna right now. Now that you're saying all this. So with the infrared sauna, so then it's sort of like, for me it's like, you could be, if people enjoy the summertime, it's kind of like me. It feels like being at the beach where you kind of have that nice warm feeling, cozy. And of course, I know some of these saunas. We'll talk about that later. But the amount of things that these saunas now have in them, other than you just sitting in them, to lights, to music, like you can create your own basically spa experience right in your own home.
Really, you can, especially with ours. We have certain features in them. So we have chromotherapy, which is colored lights that you can really use to set the stage and set the mood. And then we have a wonderful feature. It's called ART. It stands for acoustic resonance therapy, and it's actually a sound therapy. It's sound and vibration. So first of all, the music's at this frequency that's been clinically shown to help slow down your brain waves and bring you into a more relaxed state. And then at the same time, there's slight vibration under the bench. So you're actually feeling the music at the same time that you're hearing it. And then you've got the colored lights and that wonderful nurturing heat. So it's just a wonderful experience. You get this whole spa massage type feeling as you're sitting in the sauna.
And some real health benefits. I want to repeat that the difference between infrared and the traditional sauna, as you said, is that with the traditional sauna, your sweat, about 3% of that is toxins, where with the infrared, about 20% of that sweat is toxins. That's a big deal. I mean, that's a 6-fold increase of eliminating toxins out of your system. When you want to get healthy, that's a big improvement that you definitely want to consider when you're going into a sauna. So I'm glad that you pointed it out. That's awesome. So who doesn't want to relax and detox at the same time? I mean, it's one of the best ways to do it. Like I said, one of the most passive and enjoyable ways that you will help cleanse your body, in my opinion.
It's so true.
But then we got to consider, is there any special health considerations for people to consider before they decide to get into an infrared sauna?
Mm-hmm. What we tell people is, number one, pregnant women should always get approval from their doctors. We actually say pregnant women shouldn't use saunas, but if you go over to Europe where they have the more traditional Finnish saunas that are so much hotter, a lot of times pregnant women use them. So we always err on the side of safety. So if you're pregnant, we don't really recommend it. And then if anybody has any autoimmune situations where they can't sweat very easily, what we would say is, it's not that you have to avoid using the sauna, but we recommend that you do it really slowly. So maybe instead of focused on heat, have a lower temperature, but go for a longer period of time.
Okay. And for anyone who doesn't maybe have any of those issues or isn't pregnant, is there anything that you would tell people to do in terms of the act around the sauna, like any fluids or anything that you need to consider going in before you go into a sauna and when you come out?
Hydration, hydration, hydration. So it's so important whether you're using a sauna or not. So we really recommend drinking a lot before you use it, bringing a glass of water in with you, and then drinking even more afterwards. And one of the things that's really interesting, Derek, is a lot of times people will say that they've gotten in the sauna and they really didn't sweat. Usually that's a sign of being dehydrated. So it's not that the sauna wasn't strong enough or wasn't hot enough or anything like that. It really means that you don't have a lot of fluids in your body to purge out. So I always recommend drinking a big glass of water before you go in, and you'll notice the more water you drink before, the more you'll sweat during.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so now there's a lot of different infrared saunas out there, obviously. Lots of different products for anything. So with sunlighting, I kind of want to know the difference, or let me back that up a bit. Are all infrared saunas created equally? And if not, what's the important differences for someone to consider?
They are not created equally at all. And it actually can be really dangerous because, like I said at the beginning, there's so many people talking about the benefits of infrared right now for health. And so people are going out and they're purchasing products that are called infrared saunas, but really they can be really dangerous for them and not good for their health at all, or cause bigger problems down the road. So the first thing you want to make sure of is that the wood used in the sauna is solid wood. If you go to a big box store or some of these online retailers, their prices are really low. But if you look at the type of wood they use, most of the time they're using plywood. And anytime you're using plywood or a compressed wood and you heat that up, it's going to off-gas and it's going to be really, really dangerous. So you don't want to be breathing in those fumes in a heated environment. The second thing a lot of these lower priced saunas do is they'll do a varnish or a paint to cover up the plywood. And again, whenever you're heating up wood and you have a varnish on there, you're going to be breathing that in. So instead of getting toxins out of your body in your sessions, you're actually going to be inhaling them into your lungs. So definitely something to consider. And then when you actually think about the technology, when you're talking about benefits about infrared saunas, you really want the right quantity and quality of infrared. So with Sunlighten, we have patented heaters in all of our saunas that have been proven, third party proven, to deliver the most amount of infrared per session. So you really want to get a mega dose as you go into your infrared sauna session. So we deliver 99% infrared at the right wavelength that is most receptive to your body. Everybody else in the industry is below 50%.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference.
Yes.
Cool. So anyone who is interested in a leading edge infrared sauna with an industry leader, then check out Sunlighten's products and tell them I sent you, and check out for their latest promotions and specials. Again, thank you, Alicia. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Derek. Have a great day.